Well, Jamie Weir is with us to give some insight into how dependent Arsenal are on set pieces in a moment. But first, Tim, what did you make of Yaya Touré's comments there and Mikel Arteta's comments? Was Arsenal's football yesterday ugly or beautiful?
I really don't care. I don't think it matters. You know, if I'm Mikel Arteta, I'm thinking, just need to get the job done. You know, when you win a Premier League title down the years when people never remember it of how you won it. You know, I've never ever been asked in my time, how did you actually win it? Was you beautiful when you won it? Did you play pretty football? Doesn't matter. You know, we scored a lot of goals by digging in from set pieces and holding on. But all you need to do is tally up the points to get more than the opposition. It really don't matter. And like I said at the top of the show, for the neutral, yeah, possibly. You want to see we all want to see the beautiful game. We want to see it played. There's nothing wrong with scoring goals from set pieces because it's an art scoring goals from set pieces. And the Arsenal are showing that it's not that easy because they're so good here. They're way ahead of other teams. Why are the other teams not as good as Arsenal? Why? There's a reason for it because they have the quality to be able to do it. Deliveries from Declan Rice, from Saka on the other side. Reece James, even yesterday for Chelsea, magnificent delivery, all about the delivery. If that's not right, then nothing else matters. All the movement, all the block-offs. And you've got to have players who are willing to attack the ball and attack it for their lives. Gabriel is the best I've seen for a very long time at that.
Jamie, how much does this Arsenal style depend on set pieces?
They do rely on set pieces, and you know Arsenal fans might not like to hear that they win ugly or that it's not easy on the eye at times. As Tim says, it doesn't matter if they left the Premier League at the end of the season. They've won the Premier League fair and square because they're incredibly effective at it. But Mikel Arteta, hats off to him, he's identified, you know, a weakness, if you like, in the Premier League at set pieces, and this is something that they are targeting. This is the most goals scored from corners in a Premier League season. Arsenal already have the joint
so that's full season
with 9 games to go, exactly. Okay. Tom. So you know, 2 seasons ago they had 16 as well. Oldham back in 92-93, they only just stayed up on goal difference. West Brom kind of finished mid-table that season 10th, I think, in the 2016-17 season. So this is the first time we've seen a reliance on corners to try to win the title, if you like. Obviously, they came up just shy a couple of years ago. They will add to that 16 so far this season. But if you look at the numbers for Arsenal as well, 13 games they've played this season where they haven't scored from a set piece. They've only won 4 of those games. Now, the flip side of that is the 16 games in which they have scored from a set piece, they've won 15 of those games. So those are, the bare facts are, yes, they are reliant on set pieces to win games. They almost are always having to score from a set piece. And as I said, Arsenal fans might not like to hear that, but it is the fact of the matter. And I will applaud Mikel Arteta because we are in a phase of the Premier League at the moment where defences are on top and teams have to target the fine margins, and the fine margins are scoring from corners, scoring from set pieces. There have been 138 goals scored from corners across 281 games so far this season. We've already passed last season's total with another 99 games still to play, so that's going to get added to as well. So it is a league-wide thing. As Tim says, not every team is as effective as Arsenal at it, but other teams are targeting this as well. You know, the grappling, the wrestling in the box, I don't particularly like to see it, but they're incredibly effective at it, and it might be what takes them to the Premier League title.
It used to be a tactic for the teams who got promoted or the teams who are going to be mid-table below. Now, why isn't it anymore? Because all of a sudden, Mikel said, you know what, we can be the best at this. We've got the deliverers of the ball. We've got the quality to be able to do it. We've also got players who want to get in the box and want to score goals, and the defensive players do that. I don't understand why the bottom teams have come away from that, or perhaps they just haven't got the quality. So it's not easy. Like I say, it's not like cheating by scoring goals from set pieces.
No, exactly.
Long throws. You know, it used to be a thing when you just go to Stoke.
Like Tim, you control the controllables as a manager, don't you? And that is one thing you can control. You can control set pieces. You can drill them and get the players completely knowing what they're doing at every set piece. You can't control what happens in open play, really. It's dependent on the opposition as well. But from a set piece, you can control the controllables.
I mean, when it started, it's coming last year a little bit, but certainly more evident this year. The set piece goes up in a technical area. I used to sit down. When I'm watching a game or doing a game on TV, I'll say, sit down, mate. It's not your job. But they're embracing him there now. And you know what? I'm probably wrong by doing that. They're taking instruction off him. He's standing up there. He's making sure they're all prepared. They're all in the right place. And it's like clockwork. Certainly when Arsenal do it. And Chelsea are very good at it as well. Now, defending set pieces, Chelsea are struggling at the moment. Now, they have to address that because it's the same coach who does the attacking and defending set pieces. So perhaps the Chelsea one the guy there needs to address the defensive side. I think Arsenal have got it locked down on both sides.
To Tim's point on set-piece coaches, Tom, Liverpool, for the first half of this Premier League season, ranked 20th in terms of goals scored from set-pieces. They changed set-piece coach just before the new year.
Yep.
In this calendar year, 2026, they're first in terms of...
Caraman list now. Good morning to you, Nick. Do you care about whether you're playing beautiful football or ugly football?
Not at all. Listen, we were playing amazing football under Arteta a few years back. We didn't get over the line, and all we heard was, we're bottlers. If it means finishing top, you can bore the life out of me. I really don't care. Thing is, we've actually had plenty of games where we've won and not relied on set pieces in the last few weeks, like Spurs recently. And as soon as we do score a couple of set pieces, that's all you hear about again. But listen, if you're in a position and you're going to sit back in a low block, right, and make it hard to break us down, we've got to look at alternatives. And I've said this time and again about Arteta. If there's a fine margin, and I think the other guy just said it, he will not only explore it, he'll exploit it. And that's all he's doing. It's just whatever it takes. I think if we win the league this season, I wouldn't be surprised if next season he goes and reinvents us again and finds another angle.
Are you even, like, I'm not convinced that you're playing ugly anyway. I haven't got any problem with your style of play. What is your opinion on it?
No, I mean, look, yesterday I was sitting at the game. I didn't even consider that, because maybe when you don't hear the commentary, you don't hear the pundits talking, you know, and you're there and you've got skin in the game and there's nerves, all you just see is a game, you know, and yeah, we scored by set piece, so did they. But listen, they've got players like Reece James. Why would you not exploit that? And he's got one of the finest deliveries in the game, and they score from a corner from it and actually caused us a lot of problems. So I didn't see it that way at all myself.
Nick, when you go back to when you was winning Arsene Wenger, he would never have adopted this. It doesn't bother you that it's not the Wenger style, does it? You're winning more like George Graham than you are Arsene Wenger.
Yeah, do you know what, Tim? Do you know, not at all. The thing is, and I like that from the Arsenal fans, we're going to get criticism from the outside regardless of what we do. We just, you know, we're the most vociferous fans. We're going to rub people up the wrong way. Right? So that's a given. From our point of view, I'm more worried about our own fans, because you've seen other clubs, right? I'm going to talk about some of our neighbouring clubs now, right? Like West Ham. They didn't like the way they played, got rid of Moyes. Spurs didn't like the way Mourinho played, got rid of him. How's that going for you now? You know, so I'm just happy that our fans aren't getting on the manager's back about playing that way, because the fact is we're top of the league.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. We could be here talking this morning about the fact that you've dropped points and Manchester City have closed the gap. We're not. So whatever you're doing is working.
Yeah, look, it was a much needed win. Look, after the Wolves game, it was important to get 2 wins out of the London derbies. If we'd won at Wolves, for example, and then drawn to Chelsea, there wouldn't have been as much noise, I think. So it's all the same points. So I am very happy. I will say, though, I'm still concerned by the way we're seeing out games at the moment, but that's another thing.
I think I've always said that it's harder for the London teams to win because of the derbies. I think that's done now, isn't it? Is there no more London derbies coming?
Yeah, that is done. Do you know what, Tim? I think it's all a matter of, it doesn't matter who you play, it's the timing you play them. I mean, look at Wolves. We were berated for dropping points.
Yeah.
And then they go and beat Villa the next week. So we're playing a Wolves who are very different now to what they were maybe 2-3 months ago. So it's not exactly the London derbies I'm worried about. It's when you're playing them. Like, for example, we have got West Ham and we have got Palace still, right?
And Fulham. And Fulham.
Oh, you got loads to come. Yeah, I mean, you're finished.
Yeah. And also it's the timing. Like, are West Ham going to be clinging on for Premier League survival? Wolves clinging on. Sorry, not Wolves.
Palace.
Fulham. Yeah, Palace clinging on for Premier League survival. And look, hopefully, you know, Spurs as well.
Yeah, I thought you might get that one in there. I've had a voice note, by the way, from Stu on ugly or beautiful.
I don't really think it matters if Arsenal win ugly or pretty, as long as they win. I mean, nowhere at the end of the season is it going to say in brackets ugly if they do win the title. And I don't think any Arsenal fans are really going to care.
Yeah, I think that's what we're finding out there, that voice note from Stu. Were Chelsea any different to you yesterday in their style of play?
Right, listen, they've got to do what they've got to do. Chelsea came to be competitive, and like I said, if you've got someone like Reece James on your books, you're going to put set pieces in and crosses in. So they came to be competitive, and they were. I don't care how we do it this season, and I think Chelsea will be the same. They came and they were, as usual, quite combative, and obviously they got a red card at some point. I kind of had a feeling they would. Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, Chelsea, they're always kind of quite, like you said, London derbies, they're quite feisty. Like I said, when you're at the game, I think it's very different when you're watching the game and you've got skin in the game. I don't think the Chelsea fans will care how they played. I don't think Arsenal fans care how we played. Everyone just wants to win at the moment, and that's most important. They want to come top 4 and top 5 or whatever and get Champions League. So, it's all good for me.
Ultimately, Arsenal won. OK, Nick, thank you.
Cheers, mate.